The UFC currently has 12 weight divisions with 11 champions from 7 different countries. There have been over 70 different holders of the championship belts. However, the majority of these fighters have all come from a select few countries. There are 7 current or former champions that are the only people from their country to do so. Today we are going to look at who they are. First on the list is Zhang Weili from China, the newest country to receive their first champion. Zhang defeated strawweight champion Jessica Andrade in 42 seconds on the 31st of August 2019 during their bout in Shenzhen, China. Not only is she the UFC's first Chinese champion, she is also the first Asian title holder. Conor McGregor was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1988 and got into the UFC at the age of 24, making his debut on the 6th of April 2013. The years following led to the building of MMA's biggest ever star. Following a 5-fight win streak in the UFC, McGregor first got his chance to win the featherweight title at UFC 189. Unfortunately, Jose Aldo pulled out due to a rib injury, meaning that Conor instead had to fight Chad Mendes for the interim featherweight championship. In December 2015, after beating Mendes, McGregor successfully defeated Jose Aldo in 13 seconds to unify the featherweight championship, and became the first Irish champion for the UFC. In 2016, Conor McGregor went up in weight and defeated UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez to become the first double champ in UFC history. Since McGregor's win in 2015, there has not been another Irish fighter that is anywhere near fighting for the title. One of the UFC's most active fighters, fighting 29 times for the organisation, Michael Bisping became the first champion from England following a win against middleweight champion Luke Rockhold at UFC 199 on the 4th of June 2016. Following an injury to Chris Weidman, Bisping stepped in on 17 days' notice to fight against an opponent who had defeated him 18 months earlier. This win is widely considered as one of the UFC's biggest upsets. Bisping defended the title once at UFC 204 against Dan Henderson before losing it to Georges St. Pierre and retiring shortly after in 2017. Since Bisping's reign as champion, the United Kingdom was close to having another champion in Darren Till. However, he failed to capture the belt, losing to welterweight champion Tyron Woodley at UFC 228. Valentina Shevchenko is the UFC's flyweight champion, winning the belt at UFC 231. With this win, she became the first MMA champion from Kyrgyzstan. Shevchenko is widely regarded as one of the best female fighters in the world, losing only 3 times, with 2 of those coming against double champion Amanda Nunes. There are currently no other UFC fighters on the roster from this country, so there's no hope of a new champion from there. Despite being born in New Zealand, Robert Whittaker fights out of and represents Australia due to the fact that his father is Australian and he moved to the country before his first birthday. Whittaker started his career at welterweight before moving to middleweight with a 3-2 record in the organisation. Following his move up in weight classes, Robert went on a 6-fight winning streak before defeating Yoel Romero on the 8th of July 2017 to become the interim middleweight champion. Georges St. Pierre vacated the title in December 2017 and Whittaker was promoted to undisputed champion without fighting a unification bout. This made him the first and only Australian UFC champion. The most likely contender to become the second Australian champion is featherweight Alexander Volkanovski. As of August 2019, he is 6-0 in the UFC and is next in line to fight champion Max Holloway. However, until then, Robert Whittaker is the only Australian to win a UFC championship. MMA veteran Andrei Arlovski first won the interim heavyweight title at UFC 51 in February 2005 against Tim Sylvia. It became an undisputed title in June 2005 as Frank Mir was stripped due to inactivity relating to a road accident injury. Despite now fighting under the American flag, at the time of his championship win, Arlovski represented the Eastern European country Belarus. As of August 2019, Arlovski is the only fighter from Belarus in the roster, so there are no signs of a new champion coming from there in the near future. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is the first and only champion from Poland. She defeated Carla Esparza at UFC 185 in 2015 via TKO. She held the title for 2 years, losing to Rose Namajunas in November 2017 at UFC 217. During that period, she defended the belt 5 times, with her eventual defeat coming as a shock and provided her with her first loss on the record. Despite there being more than 10 Polish people in the UFC roster, there has not been anyone anywhere near title contention. Poland's only hope of a UFC champion in the near future is for Joanna to win her belt back. And there we have it, every fighter who is the only champion from their country. Let me know if I've missed any out. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out the Post-Fight MMA Patreon page, where you can receive exclusive benefits whilst also supporting the channel. Comment below who you think will become the first champion of their country. I think Francis Ngannou is next. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.